Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there is no such coaching like my coaching anywhere on the internet. I am genuinely interested in helping people one on one, understanding how they can manifest their dream life. All the information from me is below. My coaching consists mainly of audio exchange as well as telephone sessions. Two main packages are the most popular ones. Like I said, the audio exchange, where we first book a session on the telephone. You tell me what you like to work on. Each audio needs to be 20-minute max. I go through your audio. It needs to start with childhood, and then we go to adolescence, all the way up until now. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to fit your entire life in 20 minutes. It just means that we go step by step, covering everything that you've lived thus far. I really am interested in key elements of how you grew up: mother, father, guardian, siblings, teachers, everything that you've experienced, and people who have formed your belief system. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking to trace back the belief system that has been established a long time ago. And chances are you've lived a lot of life, and therefore, it is mandatory for me to cover it this way. All right. So I reply with my own audio of the analysis, giving you further instructions, asking some questions. Everything is confidential and private in my coaching, unless for the very rare occasion, which I only experienced on YouTube a couple of times, where it becomes that I feel threatened, I feel in danger. All right, I have no problem signing an NDA if that makes you feel a little bit more relaxed about things. I've signed innumerable amount of those things. It's mandatory for some people, I guess, because I've dealt with people in the entertainment, and they share some information for me that basically only I and their managers and assistants are privy to, but essentially I need to be respected. I need to feel that I am safe as well. And so for the rare occasion that I do not, obviously I need to protect myself as a person. But this only happened once or twice. So it's in the agreement that you will need to sign upon booking my my coaching, simply because I need to protect myself. That's basically the only reason. I think simply to say, some people misunderstand what a coach is. A coach is not a therapist. It's also in my agreement. A coach is somebody who's there to push your buttons, to fix you, in kind of like in quotation marks. And the way I do it is I'm very direct and very honest. I will never disrespect you. It's not about that. I'm here to help. I'm not here to do anything other than that. But some people misunderstand what coaching really is. And sometimes the couple of times that I experienced certain situations is that the person just misunderstands my feedback and doesn't take it as constructive to help them. And that's something you need to decide for yourself. If you don't want direct truth that will help you in a very short period of time, I'm going on the assumption that you'd like to fix your life, then perhaps therapy is better for you. But I'm not here for that. I'm here for results, as I always say. The other most popular package, like I say in every single one of my audios, is the phone session package deluxe. This is for somebody who would like to be with me on the phone as much as possible, 2 to 3 times a week, is what we have a slot, let's just say 5 p.m., 7 p.m., whatever, wherever you are in the world. And I record that session. I take my notes afterwards. We'll reconvene. I share with you what I think. And so we go. Of course, in between both packages, you have access to me via text messages and emails. Now, I ask that, you be polite, that you don't bombard me, and basically understand that it takes me a day or two in the case of the audio exchange to get back to you, simply because I'm taking my time to listen to it, to take my notes. It takes me 2 to 3 hours, and I've got more than one client. I have like 25 clients at a time, and so this is why. This is why it takes me a day or two to get back to you. It's kind of like that situation where like your call will be answered in the order that it was received. It's kind of like this. I'm not going to lie, but for me, it's important to be to give it my all to every single client. So this is why this is the setup. All right. If you have any questions, please email me. My email is below. All right. The subject of today is how to really pray. So I've been writing down some notes, and Sunday is my day off technically, but who are we kidding? I don't really have a day off. I try to. And so I wanted to record this today, so that I can have some space and understanding of what I really wanted to say. And actually, this is a very profound situation that I'm faced with in my coaching a lot. Because most people come to me and they're frustrated. They're very frustrated. And it's, why can't I manifest? Why can't I manifest? It's just frustrating for a lot of people to go through so many videos on YouTube, go to this seminar and to this one and the other one, and then in the end, well, they still don't have what they really want. And when I hear a lot of my clients' stories, first of all, it's now that I've done this for over 8 years, it's very self-evident what the problem is within a very short amount of time. Let me just say that. Each person is different. Everybody's very different. So I don't know your story, but certainly if you're in my coaching, I will figure it out in a short amount of time, and then we get to work on it. But essentially, it has to do with a certain stubbornness of not relinquishing the old situation, the old reality, the arguing for your limitations, the arguing with perfection that is already there. And to me, it's always so clear, because everything is already always yours, always already perfect. And what a lot of people do is they keep like a stubborn fucking donkey. They are residing in their dysfunction because they're not letting go of something. And this could be anger, resentment, unforgiveness, ideas that are limiting, not ready to fly. All right. And that's the deal. And so whatever your situation is basically you have got to let go of the mediocrity that you've assigned yourself as constant. The constant needs to change. Change your altitude. You gotta get ready to fly. All you have to do is to elevate your own energy. In reality, all you have to do is to elevate your own energy, and the world follows. But in order to do that, you have to work through some situations. And sometimes, parenthesis here, some people come into my coaching and they experience a lot of life, and who hasn't, but they blame themselves. Most of my clients, I would say 99.99% of my clients blame themselves for what has transpired. And may I say something profoundly, with all due respect, it's a mistake. It's a mistake. How on earth are you supposed to be perfect all the time? Who the fuck is perfect? Everybody's got issues. Everybody has something that they're working on. You're never going to be perfect. You're always evolving into the masterpiece. You're a masterpiece in the works. You're an evolving masterpiece, constantly upgrading, constantly working through certain situations, constantly learning, constantly becoming. So how the fuck are you supposed to be perfect? Like, or perfection would be your ideal and destination? I would say, number one, it's boring. Number two, well, I don't know, but you'd be dead if you were perfect. Because it doesn't exist. You're always living, you're always evolving, you're always creating, you're always going after certain situations. You need to reside in complete and utter peace during anything. The world outside could be a shit show, meaning in your 3D, and you still reside in peace and say, well, I'm experiencing shit show right now. Wonderful. Simply magical. Still magical. Now, the consequences of my choices, or the consequences of what I believe right now, or even the consequences of you not allowing yourself to be the pure human, the transparency of that, of allowing yourself to feel through shit, could be why you are so judgmental of yourself. And let me tell you something right now. When you're judging you, the whole world judges you. When you're okay and relaxed about anything at all, your imperfections, so-called imperfections, anything that has gone on thus far, the world is just as accepting of you. The end. And when you have this kind of compassion towards yourself, and you understand that it's okay to be you 100% of the time, then you manifest very differently. Then you allow yourself to have these good experiences. Right now, you're arguing against perfection. Now, I said nobody's ever perfect because you already are. I know it sounds like a complete contradiction, but you're trying to achieve something that you already are. So if you just relax a second and understand that what you're trying to achieve is already here, you're already the person who you want to be. You may not have everything in the 3D apparently telling you that, but you are the person who is going to bring it into the visible. You are the person who is going to command that into your life. So could you kindly stop fucking arguing against yourself and allow yourself to have these experiences, because you already deserve them. The only person who is not allowing what you want in is you. Because you're your own biggest anti-fan. If you're not manifesting something, you're saying, I don't deserve it. Whereas if you accept yourself fully and you understand that you're allowed to be imperfect, in quotation marks, then you're accepting the life that it's already there for you. I don't know how else to say it. And so how to really pray is to be 100% coherent with your own energy. And understand that nobody's judging you. No, not even your SP, nobody. Just you. The prayer that goes out into the universe is your energy. The energy that goes out towards anything, money, SP, anything at all that you would like to manifest right now. The prayer goes out with your energy. Your energy, it is incredibly powerful. And so when people ask me, why can't I manifest? Well, how in sync are you with your energy? Are you allowing yourself to manifest it? Because there's some kind of like a blockage saying, no, not me, not right now. I don't deserve it. Something bad will happen if I get what I want. Pa-pa-poo. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Can I tell you something? Like sometimes when I hear stories about SPs, which are plenty in my coaching, that pull that you feel towards your SP or anything, any desire, career, money, investment, kind of like situation, ideas, that pull, it's not just you. It's meant for you. Okay, it's meant for you if you are cleansed of your blockages. Now, a pull can also be where you feel like you need some kind of gratification from somebody or some kind of an approval from a person that maybe you don't need that person's approval at all. But if you're on high altitude and you receive those ideas, that's a whole other audio I need to record. You're basically a reception tower for ideas, people, and events, but you need to be on a higher altitude to really understand who you are, because that's who you really are. That purity of signal needs to be pure. I don't know how else to say it. So when you pull towards something on a high altitude, know that it's already yours. They want you more than you realize. Your SP wants you more than you realize. That money wants you more than you realize. You're the only one standing in the way and being a stubborn motherfucking donkey. That's it. I just gave it to you. And, people discuss law of attraction with me so much in my coaching. Can I tell you something? It's not law of attraction. It's the law of moi. Excuse me. A law of me. Moi in French. Okay, for those, people who don't speak French. It's my world. What the fuck are you talking about? Some people are too invested in this fucking situation of, like, quite frankly, seriously, like, people who teach these things like, oh, I understand, self-concept, law of attraction, no. But ultimately, it's not law of attraction. It's about you. It's about you. I'm sorry if I just got cut off. I think my alarm rang. I don't even know why. Anyway, in other words, you make the rules. You're the one in charge. So again, when people say, I can't manifest, I don't know how to command the reality I'd like to receive into being. Okay, I said, that's really curious to me. It's in my world, it's kind of like a little bit impossible. Because if you fully understand who you are, if you fully understand what you're working on, you're one with it. You're one with that reality. So basically, the question is basically to you. Why can't you manifest? You're already manifesting everything. The sun, the moon, yes, the street you live on, the couch or the chair you're sitting on, or maybe you're in bed, and the kind of version of SP that you manifested and this and any other, it's all imaginary anyway. So why are you manifesting this versus what you would like to manifest? Explain this to me. The question should be towards you. In my book, the prayer, when you pray, whether that's, a lot of people in my coaching are, come from religious backgrounds and this and that. Okay, use that. I too grew up like half Orthodox Christian and half Jewish. And I used that in the beginning, especially when I started learning about manifestation. I used that to my advantage. And if you contribute any kind of importance, attribute any kind of importance towards the outside source, then still use it to your advantage and say, okay, this is my prayer, but my will will be done. Make it like unavoidable, inevitable. Like you went and asked. The first situation is to ask and decide. And once you decide, it's done. That's it. Period. The end. Now, in between the apparition of your manifestation and, the decision making, there's a delay. There's a certain time that you need to be a little bit more consistent, a little bit more dedicated to your dream, to your manifestation. Nevertheless, it's done. You're the only one. Now it can come tomorrow, today, in an hour, in 5 fucking seconds. It just depends on how much resistance there is or not. So if your resistance towards your own, nobody's depriving you of it, basically, is my point. Nobody's depriving you of it. You're the only one standing in the way of your dream. So if you're experiencing a delay, and however many years or time that it takes you, you are the one creating the delay. And let me tell you something. The delay serves you because you're working through something that teaches you not to delay yourself again. It's like, why am I delaying myself? Okay, I'm thinking this about myself and that, and basically this is why. So if I work through these beliefs once and for all, in honest coaching, parenthesis here, then I will never have to deal with this issue again. Now, how wonderful is that? Every manifestation process teaches you something. So welcome it with open arms. So how to really pray is, first of all, once and for all understand that you are the God of your reality. That once you go and pray to anything, you're praying to yourself. You're asking permission to release your manifestation. Where if I have fucking news for you, where if you lift that fucking shit of beliefs and understand that there is no permission that you need to ask ever again. The world is yours for the taking. It's your oyster, like people say, which I find funny. Why not a salad? Why not a steak? Why not an apple? Oyster. It's yours, okay? That's what I'm saying. It's just yours. It's yours for the taking. You will have your mind fucking blown. Get used to it though. When I experienced that, and I've been experiencing this since I was 12, and there was a time in my life, in short intervals, where I forgot about it, and then I took it up again, where I'm like, oh no, I forgot I'm the creator of my life. Yeah, duh. So many things that I've manifested in my life that were absolutely spectacular. And people would say to me, no, it's not possible. And I would always look at them. Thank God I had the presence of mind to say, like, no, you're the fucking impossible shit. Like, what you're saying right now is absolutely fucking stupid. I don't know why I had enough presence of mind to just look at them and be like, oh my God, you're so confused. And mind you, people older than me, like more experienced than me, I've had this happen all the time. And I always look at them, I'm like, wow, here's another confused person. You have to treat it as a joke because it's only you. It's all you. It's only you and it's all you. So everything is already yours. Whatever you want to ask in prayer, you shall receive, like in the Bible. And nobody can stand in your way. Not a single goddamn person. You want your SP changed. You want them to transform into a different person. You want marriage. You want kids. You want the house. You want the money. You want everything. It's yours. It's like already yours. The problem is you. You're the problem. Okay? That's it. So you have to really understand who you are. The genius at hand here, you, that's your job. That's your fucking situation. You have to understand who you're working with, because in the spiritual world, you're a spiritual being, but here on earth, you're human. You need to understand where this human comes from, the emotionality, the kind of three-dimensional situations that have happened, and how to process them, and la 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 la. Make friends with that being, the human being that you are, and then go to fucking town. And then, you're unstoppable. You're completely unfucking stoppable. Why? Because you decided so. Everything is a decision. So if you decide to manifest something, let's just say right now, you guys all have manifestation desires. It doesn't have to be something major. It could be like small, something that you consider small, that is. But let's just manifest $10,000, $100,000, $1 million, whatever resonates more towards you. And just say, well, it's mine. That's it. Or a text from SB, or, I don't know, an apology, whatever it is you're working on. But it's up to you. It's up to you to make that decision and to be completely like one with it. This is mine. It's always been mine. I don't know what my fucking problem was before. I don't know why I was so down on myself. Well, I kind of do, because I had this, that, and the other happen. But now that, and by the way, of course, I really do not want to misguide anybody. I just mean, when you really understand who you are and you've worked through your beliefs, then you can really manifest anything overnight. Tomorrow, by Monday, you can have your $1 million or $100,000 or whatever it is you would like. But that's the deal. How to really pray? Command. It's not begging. Prayer is not begging. Prayer is commanding. And lastly, but certainly not least, once you get a taste of that reality of being in charge this much, even if momentarily you fall off the proverbial wagon of manifestation, you still know that feeling, that energy of, I'm the decider, I'm the creator of my life, I command. That's it. And you never again question your power. If you decide on something and you stick with it and you understand that nothing has gone wrong and you're the only one in charge, who the fuck can fuck with you? Absolutely nobody. Thank you very much for listening. All the information from me is below. Until next time, ciao ciao.